me getting married in 3 years' time. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Oh, this is like the first like proper sit down video I'm filming in the new humble abode. So this is very exciting. But first things first, I took out my hair extensions. I got bored. They were annoying me. I took out my hair extensions. Don't know how long it's gonna last, but we're gonna see. And I just thought that today we would sit, we would chat, we would do some hair, we would do some makeup. I've got questions from Instagram because the last time I sat down and filmed like a chatty video was over like 2 and a bit months ago. And it's fair to say life's a little bit different. It's so weird to think like 2 months ago I was sat in mum's bedroom and now I'm in my brand new home, which is very exciting. And I just felt there's been a lot of big life events going on in my life right now. And now I'm like having like the come down, is that what it's called? The come down? That doesn't sound right. But I'm having that. So anyway, we're gonna start with my hair. I know I'm saying I've not got my extensions. I have curled my clip-ins because I want the option of being able to wear them. So I literally just curled them whilst watching some YouTube. And now I'm gonna actually also curl my own hair because we're gonna do curly locks and we're gonna see if we can blend them. And yeah, I'm gonna do this. Oh my god, do you have any couple goals for this year that you hope to achieve? Sorry, that's such a cute question. Also, I need a mirror because I haven't got my contacts in, so I can't see that far away. Let's hope this works. I love the idea of couple goals. Like, that is so cute, like something that you two both want to achieve. To be fair, we actually do, but I'm not gonna tell you guys. It's more like something that we both want to like tick off your bucket list kind of vibe, but that won't be until the end of the year anyway. And just because I don't want to be I don't want to jinx anything, so that's why I won't talk about it. But I think that is a really lovely concept of like, imagine you just like sat down once a year with your partner, once every 3 months, once every 6 months, and we're just like, what do we want to achieve? So you'll see that I'm using my beloved Tangle teaser. I feel like I've been brought up on Tangle teasers at this point. So this is the ultimate styler. You can also use it on extensions. You don't just need to use it on natural hair. You can use it on like wigs, a bit of everything. It is designed for like dry styling. So like curly hair and like doing an updo and adding like a little bit of volume. But I've sprayed some heat protection. We're gonna get started and then we'll show you what else the styler can do. Okay, so short hair's curly. I really like it. I think it's really cute. I'm just gonna grab the ultimate styler and like, it's just gonna make it comb out the curls, but like make them really, like, look how, I don't understand how a brush makes your hair shiny. It doesn't make my hair go frizzy, which I really appreciate. It literally just gets rid of any frizz. But we're gonna pop in my extensions. So this feels weird because I haven't done this in so long. Okay, so as I said, you can do some light back combing, which is useful to get my extensions to stay in, because I never used to do that, and that's why clip-ins didn't stay in my hair. Here we're gonna clip to the base. These are quite long, but once we use the brush to comb them out, it'll be better. How are things in my life right now? Marathon over, a new flat. I won't lie, I think I was a little bit like anxious for like post marathon times and like new flat, because obviously it's been something that I've been training for like 3 months. So like the thought of them not doing it anymore is like crazy, and obviously it like gave me a really strong connection to Dad, and I was worried that I wouldn't feel like that, like moving into the new flat. Like, it's just like a lot of things to take in. But you know what, I actually haven't felt any of that slump. I'm hoping that I don't. I'm hoping that I don't get like the post-marathon blues. I probably had it for like one day, just because obviously the day was incredible. Like, the high I felt after the marathon was like, it wasn't even after the marathon, it was the whole day of the marathon. Like, I felt incredible I felt incredible as I was running miles and miles. Like, how ridiculous is that? But I think it's just because it was like, God, this is really happening. Like, God, I'm really doing this. So I just enjoyed the whole experience. And then obviously we came here and it was so exciting and new, but I was a bit worried that I'd just be like, God, like, so much has changed. And obviously it's all the change that I wanted. But I genuinely think, like, all the things that I was stressing about beforehand, because obviously I've stressed about the whole move process for like months and months at this point, because everything that I was planning, and like the fact that it all just fell into place, and then like I didn't really have anything to stress about anymore, was like wild. And it's just been nice to be able to just live, not worry about like if I'm having enough protein or I'm having enough carbs, and not worrying about if I've done enough miles this week. And like, I would recommend everyone to do a marathon, because it was the most incredible experience. I am a curly worthy. We need to get this tangle teaser on there, so I'm just gonna lightly comb. Sorry though, it's a good blend. It's a good blend. I feel like I need to switch it really a little bit. Like, having that like structure and then coming here, like, it's actually been quite nice to be able to almost like take some time off, take some time back, and just enjoy the moment. Because I know prior to all of it, like, I was like counting it down and like wishing it to be sooner. And like, I do always think that's so sad whenever we do that, but we all do that. Like, that's literally how I live by. But now I'm here, and it does feel weird not doing it, and I do miss it in some respects. But like, I just know that it was worth every single second of it, which is amazing. Like, I haven't looked back and been like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I missed out on this or missed out on that. But I also think because I made it so important, by the way, I'm gonna like slick some up. I think it's because I made it so important that like I didn't miss out on anything. Like, I didn't want to. So like, I still went to birthday parties. I still, you know, this brush is really good also for like slicking, because you can just get like a full sweeping motion. Oh, I need a little hairband. Let me go get a little hairband. Oh, maybe I'll do a little bit back coat then. But yeah, I didn't look back and think like, oh, I wish I'd done that, I wish I'd done that. Like, I lived with the whole experience with zero regrets. And I won't lie, the night before, I started having so many panics and so many worries, like I shouldn't have done this, I should have done that, I should have done this, I should have done that. And then it all worked out in the end. So yeah, I'm doing good. It's a weird adjustment, but it's a good adjustment. Someone's asked, did I have a nose job? I'm so confused by that, because my nose looks the exact same as it always has. So I don't really know where someone's come up with that, but we'll go with, I have not had a nose job. I don't have any filler or any Botox or anything. I'm not saying that I would never do it, because I'm sure when I'm older I probably would, but not for right now. Okay, so, oh my God, it's actually turned out really cute. I definitely think I'm gonna get some, a few more layers cut into my extensions, just to make them maybe a little bit less long. But this is what we're looking like. Really cute. Let's do my full face of makeup and continue chatting. But thank you, Tangle Teaser, for sponsoring this video, and I love it. And I'm sure you guys all own a Tangle Teaser already, but if you don't own the Ultimate Styler, I would 10 out of 10 recommend, because it's like my most universal brush that I use. We move areas of London too. So slightly, I would say we moved like maybe like a 20-minute drive further outside of London, which I was like so against at the beginning of the process, and now like I genuinely think it's the best thing that we did, and I'm so glad that we moved to the area that we've moved to, because I actually really prefer it to where we used to live. And I would never have said that. Like, you know, when you're, it's almost like I was in a love bubble with our old flat and our old area. By the way, I'm just putting on SPF 30. And you know when you're like, oh, like, why was I in that? It's a bit like when you're in a relationship and you're like so in love with them, and then like you break up with them and you're like, oh my god, why was I even in love with them? They were an arse. I feel like that is how I feel about that flat. I know Jake still misses the area somewhat just because it's very modern, it's very clean, and like his gym's by there. But it's kind of like, at the end of the day, I'm the one that experiences the area that we live in more, because like Jake gets up and goes to the office and, you know, commutes and doesn't have the time in the day that I potentially do. Like, the fact I can now just like go to a Boots or go, you know, before we only had basically like a supermarket. That was the only thing that we had like in the vicinity. So like I never signed up to a new doctor's, I never signed up to a dentist, I never, you know, went to the opticians. I just did that when I went back home because I knew that it was all in walking distance there. And like for some reason I just had a weird thing about getting like the tube to like the doctors, and I know that's like so dramatic, but I think it just, I never felt like settled in the area because it didn't feel like an area, it just felt like a place with modern flats. I don't know if this is going to be the right shade for me. Basically, I've just gone through all my makeup that's been in storage and just was like, oh, let's try this. Like, I haven't used that in months. So, I don't know if this is, I'm such a like in-between shades right now, so I'm not really sure. Also, I just need to fix that little bit of extension. Bear with me whilst I do get used to having them, because I'm definitely not used to it. But I'm just like, if there's like special occasions or like nights out or like dinners where I want to have long hair, I can. So I keep on saying, don't hold me to the short hair. I don't know how long it's going to be here for. I'm going to try and stick with it for as long as I can, the natural look. But also I want to have clip-ins that I can wear, because like if I feel more confident like that, then I feel more comfortable like that, and sometimes I'm going to want them. So yeah. What's one thing that you've always relayed back to stay positive? That's such an interesting question. I think how I kind of see things now is very different obviously to how I saw things before, but I don't want to waste my life. I don't want to waste my life wishing I'd done something, wishing I'd, you know, gone and like pushed myself outside my comfort zone, like thought too much about what I ate, or, you know, not spending time with people that I like. I just think I see life in such a different capacity now than I used to, and it's kind of like life is just too short to get hung up on the small stuff, and that's what I think I relayed back to when I need like a positive pick-me-up. Now, I'm not saying I don't get days where all I want to do is not leave the house and sit on the sofa and like cry, because I have those days. I 100% have those days, but I kind of see it as Dad didn't get to live his life to the fullest, to, you know, he didn't get to see through till he was 80, 90, 100, I think. So I feel like I have to savour every day that I get. And I think because also I've come to the realisation fully that you just don't know. You don't know what cards you're going to be dealt with, and you don't know what life you're going to get. And I don't mean to say that to like scare people, because I don't think that's the point. But like, I truly understand why people say like live every day to its fullest. And that doesn't mean, again, that I don't have bad days and I don't have this and I don't have that, because everyone does. But I just think I look at the world in a slightly different way than I used to, which I think is good for me. Favourite thing about the new house will be the light. Like, our old flat was sunny, but like, I've got no ring light, I've got no nothing. It's not even that much of a sunny day, and I'm just like, wow, it's so beautiful and bright. And also, I think the sofa might also be one of my favourite things about the flat, which is from the Sofa Club. It's just so comfy, it's incredible. I don't know how the hell I'm going to keep it clean, so if anyone has any tips on how to clean a white sofa, I'd highly appreciate. How many years do I think I'll live in London? Now, this is definitely something that like I was discussing with Mum when she was here the other day, because I don't think I thought I'd live in London as long as I actually think I will now. Like, I was saying to Mum, like, I can't see myself moving out of London until I have like my first child, because otherwise, why would I? Like, I don't need to. Like, you're only young once. I'm not going to live in London forever, and I just can't see myself being ready to move out of London in a few years' time. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to wait until I have my first child, which right now I'm like, is probably like, I say 10 years away. My mum's like, no, I'm not waiting 10 years for a grandchild. And I'm like, well, speak to the other one then. So we'll see. I used to think that I would get married by 26, have my first baby at 28. The thought of getting married, everyone is different. Everyone is different. But the thought of me getting married in 3 years' time is comical. It is so comical, I genuinely cannot even fathom it. Like, it is so wild. But like, it just shows you like how different people are, because like my sister, she's 26, she's bought a house, they're doing up the house, like she's like adulting, and like I don't feel like I'm adulting yet. I mean, I am, like I pay bills and stuff like that, but like I'm not ready for those big commitments yet. I'm not ready to buy a house. Like I'm not in that place right now. And I actually saw a really amazing analogy of it was Friends, and they were talking about how on Friends at the beginning of the series, like all of their lives are a mess. Like everyone's got stuff going on, they're not with their like one true love, like yada yada yada, all that jazz. And it's not until the end of the series that they all start like settling down and having kids and etc etc, and by that point they're like 30. And I was like, oh my god, like that is so true. So everyone does things on different time scales, and I used to think that my time scale would be way sooner than it is, whereas now I don't think that. I think I'm gonna have quite a slow time scale. So don't expect any baby vlogs, any pregnancy vlogs, any engagements, nothing like that for a very long time from me. Sister taking my Laura Mercier powder. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. It was on my dining table and it's not there anymore. Like, it's been so nice for me this time to, I'm using this random Huda Beauty one because I don't get where my Laura Mercier is. Feels a bit, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get it out. Like to be able to have, good sweet Jesus. Oh, okay. Not expecting that much powder. Oh wow, oh wow. Obviously, last time we moved into our flat, unbeknownst to us, COVID was back with a vengeance. So obviously, like, none of our family like got to be involved in the experience. And then obviously, even when like people could be, obviously with everything going on back home, like it wasn't possible. So I felt like I really missed out last time, and I know there'll be so many people that were in a similar boat because of COVID, but I think also because I knew that even if COVID wasn't a thing, I still wouldn't have had my family there, because, oh, I just found my Laura Mercier powder. Sorry, Anya. Because I knew that obviously taking care of Dad and being there for him was a million times more important, but it doesn't mean it wasn't difficult to not have your family involved in, like, that's the first time I ever moved out, that's the first time that I ever didn't live with my family, and like to not have them there as part of the experience was very difficult, and to be able to have them being a part of this experience, even though I wish with every fibre in my body that Dad was also part of this experience, I'm like grateful for what I've got almost. Like, I'm just grateful that they're part of this experience this time. And yeah, that just makes me so happy. And and like the fact that they can just come and stay, and you know, there is space for them with that massive sofa. It's very comfy, by the way. I have definitely not had a few naps on it, but yeah, I feel very loved. I feel very content. It was impossible not to feel loved after the marathon, even on the internet. Like, I feel like you guys finally get me, and know who I truly am as like a person, and like what I believe, and you know, how I behave and everything like that. Like, I'm just so grateful that you guys have got to see that from me, and like seen the kind of person that I truly am, because I think it is very difficult to like portray your person on the internet, because everyone just sees snippets and then they just judge you. But I feel like we're all kind of at a good place where hopefully you understand who I am and what I'm like and what I believe and who I want to be and the impact I want to make. And God, this is getting very deep, but you know what I mean. Also, this is a new product. It's Charlotte Tilbury. It's a lip and cheek glow. It is stunning, stunning. So I'm just gonna get this little brush. Can you see? Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I've gone a bit ham. It looked less bright on the camera. And then I just blend up, and then I also put some in my nose, and then I'm gonna have a blend about. And we're gonna blend. I just think this is beautiful. I had a PR package from Charlotte Tilbury the other day, and I've literally not stopped using the stuff that arrived in it. Which brings me to the second product from them, which is this, which is like a dewy highlighter. Easy Highlighter Illuminate Face. It is quite like pinky toned. I think this is their, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's like a Pillow Talk collection, which is why it's more pinky. But I'm not really into highlighter, but I like this. My only issue with cream products is I always feel like they go slightly patchy, so I normally have to like just be extra careful on blending them in. Extra careful. Hello, lovely. I think it's so beautiful that you want to do this for your mum. I hope you're doing okay. So, first thing I will say is, honestly, the whole process was like incredible. Like, they're just so amazing. I would 10 out of 10 recommend. Just spiking up the brows. But I really, really need my eyebrows done. Like, they are, I don't touch my eyebrows. If anyone wants to know what my eyebrow care routine is, I genuinely do not touch them. Like, I don't. I never tweeze them. I literally do the least, because I just don't trust myself. And then I sometimes get HD brows, but that is like months and months apart. So yeah, I can't exactly give amazing eyebrow tips because I just don't touch them. Anyway, we're gonna do some eyeshadow. I've got this little Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury palette. I did also get these palettes from Huda Beauty, which are like multicolored, and it has like a bit that says cake and liner. So like it can be, I think it can be like wetted and then made into a liner. I might actually use this peachy shade from it. But I feel like I've got a lot of shiz to do today, and a bright purple liner is not necessarily going to match the look. So I will do it at some point. So stay tuned on my Instagram to see that, because I think it'll look really pretty. But I am very lazy with my makeup nowadays. Like, I remember when I used to literally spend like hours and hours. I feel like I've taken longer today because obviously I'm talking to you guys at the same time. But I literally used to like take 2 hours to do my makeup. And I just think like post-COVID, and I actually really do like the fact we're all a lot more like natural and chill, and like just don't think there's such high expectations of like dressing up anymore. Now obviously I am queen dresser-upper. Like pre-COVID I did not understand what casual was, and I'm sure some people would still say I don't know what casual is, which wouldn't be too inaccurate. But I just like the more chill vibe these days. I do feel like, oh god, I just accidentally pulled that out, whoopsie. Somebody else asked if I had a nose job. I don't even contour my nose. I don't know how to do it. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Oh, someone's asked what book I'm currently reading. So I actually just finished Georgia Toff's series. So I just finished the Meet Me at the Wedding, but I've just started Verity by Colleen Hoover. I hated It Ended Us. Like, it was beautiful but sad, but anyway. So they're actually doing a film of it, and I saw loads of articles basically saying like, I don't know why everyone loves It Ended Us, like Verity is so much better. So I've started reading Verity, but I also, before I started reading Toff's series, read another book by Colleen Hoover, which was really good, which was called Maybe Someday. I really liked that book. I thought that was a really good book, and it wasn't too sad. Like, I feel like a lot of the books that I read are very like death, heartbreak, loss, tragedy, romance, and it was quite nice to read a book that didn't make me want to cry my eyes out. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, next up, that's all we're doing on eyes. I'm gonna use this mascara. I really actually like this mascara. This is from Urban Decay. I think their mascaras are some of the best mascaras I've used. It's like this, because I don't really use any of their other makeup these days, but whenever they send me a PR package with mascara, I'm like, gimme, because I really liked that other one as well. Another thing post-COVID, am I the only one that like just isn't really into like majorly like drinking and going out? This might just be like this probably won't last, and we'll probably be laughing at me in like 3 weeks time when I'm like fully, you know, in it. But I don't have the desire to go clubbing and like go out, and like I just think it's the hangover. Like I can't be, oh no, I just got mascara all over my finger. I just can't be bothered with the hangover. And I do think, again, this is like a post-COVID thing. Like, I think back to like when I was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, when I was going out like twice a week. Like, I would go to an event on the Thursday and that would just end up as like a boozer. And I'm like, how did I then continue my Friday and like get anything done on the Friday? Like, and we're just getting old that I can't deal with hangovers. Jake's quite good on a hangover most of the time. Sometimes he's not, but most of the time he is. And like, he can actually like survive. I just can't. Like, all I want to do is sleep. So right now I'm like 4 drinks and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's enough. Otherwise I'm going to be really hungover. Ooh, I've only got lips left to do. Let's find a good like final question. I don't actually know how long I've been talking for and doing all of this. I feel like maybe forever. How do we balance not being on top of each other and having alone time? Well, as you can see, I am here, Jake is not. I actually think we spend less time together, living together in some respects, because when we don't live together, when we see each other, we just see each other. Whereas, I might actually try this tint. Whereas when you live together, I think it's quite easy to just fall into the whole thing of, well, we live together, so you don't need to make time for each other, which obviously isn't good. I'm not saying we're doing that. We've only been here for like 2 weeks. But obviously he gets up, goes to the office. He then goes to the gym. By the time he gets home, it's like 8:30. So we don't actually really get the opportunity to be too much on top of each other. I'm sure the time will come, and like, so far managing to fit everything in the flat, don't know how long that will last. But also the amount of comments, not the amount of comments, but there was quite a few comments on the tour being like how cozy it is. I was like, rude. I'm joking, I don't take it as rude, but you're like, it's not cozy, it's not tiny, it's actually very big for a 1 bed. I don't have the floor plan because it was never listed, but it's like 60, I think it's probably about 60 something square meters, which for a 1 bed flat is huge. Also, do we want me to do like a proper video about my marathon and about training and about how I did it? Because I few people have been asking for it. So I want to know if you would like it. Okay. I'm just gonna give a final comb through. I will link the brush down below, by the way. So this is the final look. I feel like we haven't sat down and got ready together in so long. I'll link the products that I've been using. If you guys like, shall I come in closer so you can see? That's what my makeup's looking like. Very pretty. I'm definitely more of like a glowy, slightly natural. I still don't think this counts as natural considering how long it took me, but you know what I mean, like very different to the makeup that I used to do, but I really, really like it. So that has been my catch up, get ready with me, talking all about my life. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and yeah, let me know what you want to see and let me know what you want from me. There will obviously be much more moving and home content because I know we all love it. But anyway, I'm starving, so I'm gonna make myself some brunch. Love you guys, bye.